That'll be a very welcome addition.
And then just pause
You're
that
great.
so it doesn't.
Yeah,
Like
I
the
think
normal
they
way.
need somebody strong on there.
Yeah, good experience. Knows what he's doing.
He's gonna work well with them too,
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
with Alan.
Seems like he's
Pat,
got
you
a
know.
good attitude.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Smart guy.
Chris's background too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Good mix of people on board.
Okay, I don't think I need to be on here at all. Do I need to be on here, Andrea? Can I just shrink it?
Yeah, you can just shrink it and.
Can I get rid of this? Okay. Put this on the phone. Okay. All right. So at this point, I'd like a motion to accept the minutes for November 16th. Is
So move.
there a second? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, the minutes have been accepted. So I'm not going to really give a town supervisor's report tonight. The only thing I'm going to talk about is our January 18th meeting.
Okay.
So basically where we are is on the town website are all of the documents that we took a look at after the public hearing and tweaked. The Dutchess County comments are on there, our comments back to the, not that back to them, but on their comments, the things that we all discussed were put on that document. So that's the last one, and right above it, it kind of goes, every document that we tweaked as a result of hearing people's comments. And there weren't that many tweaks. We had to clarify some things. If somebody was worried about water and there was a mention in part of the zoning code about what the planning board could do to address that problem, or at least to analyze it. Nan took it out and put it again over here so people could see that when they needed to, they could order a hydraulic test, things like that.
Mhm.
And also what George Kolb said was important, that these things aren't getting past the Health Department of Health anyway.
Yeah. Most
anyway-
of all their concerns.
Was
were always-
traffic,
Yeah, they were always in there already. It was
Yeah.
just that I think now they're more so highlighted.
good, I'm
For
good. I'm
everybody.
glad you think that. So when you
Yeah.
go through there, we all see it because we've been reading this stuff so
Mhm.
long, but
Yeah.
anyway. So we're going to have a supplemental public hearing on January the 18th. I've got all this stuff on the web. We put it on there today so that people can go back and look at it. And it shows the public hearing will start at 7, like all of our public hearings. And then the meeting will start right after, although most meetings are listed at 7:30.
Mhm.
So I think that'll be good. We want people to know that we listen to them and that we can walk them through the new things in there, or that they didn't see before and brought them to the forefront. So I think they'll appreciate it. Some of the people that have called get it now better after hearing a little bit.
Mhm.
So I think that's a positive.
Yeah.
So anyway, county's happy, everybody's happy. So far, we haven't gotten any negatives, so I think we're okay. They just need to know a little bit about the traffic, which I'll talk about on the 18th, because I've already been in touch with the county. I can go through all that with you. So that's it. So I think our plan with Jim Nelson, our attorney, and Nan, our planner, I think everybody was happy with this next step. I'm assuming you guys didn't write me back or call me, so everybody liked the idea.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. So we will have a resolution of adoption for the 18th after the public
Yes.
hearing when we explain. And George is coming and we're going to have people talk for a minute or two.
Okay.
Okay? So if you have any other issues or people want more, let me know and we'll add it. All right. Does any town board member want to make a comment or report
About what?
about your life? How's it going, John?
I've made it into 23. I'm happy.
That's good. All right. Great report.
You're vertical.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. If there are no board member comments that are needed, we'll go right to the consent agenda. Now, this consent agenda that you guys have copies of
Yes.
are things that we've had on here before and that everybody's familiar with. It's
Yeah, it worked well
1
last
through
year.
19. It worked really well. But according to the rules of having a consent agenda, one of the important things is making sure that every board member, you guys know, obviously, because you've had this document, but is there anything on here you want to remove from the consent agenda?
No.
Okay, so everything on here, if nobody wants anything removed, then we will consider the consent agenda adopted. Now we'll move to 23.1. And I think the procedure we're going to take tonight, because again, this is almost identical to last year with the last two, the only extra resolutions that we're going to actually read out loud tonight will be the last two.
Yes.
So we're going to go around the table according to protocol, and I'm going to start with Councilman Welch.
Okay.
And if you would just read the title, and then I'll go through the voting, but just say you're going to waive the right to read it, the
Okay.
resolution.
All right. Town Board Resolution number 1 of 2023. 23-1, approval of town board hours.
You're not going to, and you're going to waive the
I'm
right to
gonna
read.
waive the right to read it.
Okay, is there a second? He's offering a motion. Is there a second? A resolution rather? All right, any discussion? All in favor of resolution 23.1, say aye.
Aye.
Oh, actually, do we have to do a roll call vote every time?
I don't think so, no.
Okay, so we can just say aye and we'll be okay. All right. Any
Thank you, Jeff.
nays? Good. All right, Councilman Derlin.
Town resolution number 2 of 2023, set the holiday schedule for 2023.
All right, thanks for offering that motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay.
Any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? No. Okay, number 2 passes. Resolution number 3, Councilman Givney.
Resolution 3 of 2023, 23-3, establishing undertakings to be furnished by the officers and employees of the town of Unionville.
Thank you for offering that resolution. Is there a second?
I'll second.
I waive the.
Right.
the
Waive
reading.
the reading.
Thank you, sir. Is there a second?
Second.
All right, any discussion?
No.
All in favor of 23.3,
Aye.
say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? No.
No.
All right. Resolution number 4, Councilman Gussakoff.
Board resolution number 4 of 2023, 23-4, acknowledgement of appointment of deputy supervisor and bookkeeper. I waive the right to read this resolution out loud.
All right, thank you, Councilman, for offering it. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Any discussion, rather? All in favor, say aye.
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 Okay, next resolution is 23-5.
Who do you want me to?
Oh, I'm happy to do it. 23, acknowledgement appointment of deputy town clerk. Is there a second?
Second.
I'm waiving the right to read that. In case you hadn't noticed. I think we should make a blanket. We're going to waive the right to read all the resolutions
Yes, I
except the
think
last
that's
two,
Consent.
and then we'll
Yes.
just go through. All right, all in favor, say aye to the appointment of a deputy town clerk.
Aye.
Aye.
Okay,
Okay, resolution number 6 of 2023, 23-6, resolution authorizing town clerk to accept recycling center fees for 2023.
thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
No.
Hearing none. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? No. Resolution passes. Resolution 7.
Resolution number 7 of 2023, 23-7, town board official appointments and designations for the year 2023.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor,
Aye.
say aye.
Aye.
All right, resolution number 8.
Resolution 8, 2023, 23-8, appointing and reaffirming members and chairpersons to boards, committees, concessions, and councils.
Thank you, sir, for offering that. Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
No.
May have any questions about that? Okay. All in favor of resolution number 8?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. That passes. Resolution number 9.
Resolution number 9 of 2023, 23-9, setting salaries and wages for elected officers for 2023.
Thank you for offering it. Is there a second?
Second.
All right, any discussion? There was no change from last year, so I guess there's nothing to talk about. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Resolution number 9 passes. Resolution number 10, establishing salaries for appointed positions and employees. Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor of resolution number 10? Oh, number 9, sorry. Please say aye.
Aye.
All right,
No, that was
Motion
10.
carries.
That was
That was
that
10.
10?
We did 10.
I did 10. Resolution number 10?
We did that. Okay.
Aye. Resolution 10 passes. Number 11, Councilman?
What happened to 11? I don't see it here.
It's right down below it.
Oh, so little. Sorry.
Yeah.
Second favor.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. Resolution number 11 of 2023, 23-11, appointment of Equestrian Center Director for Timor Park Equestrian Center.
Thank you for offering that. Is there a second? Thank you. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, and number 11 passes. Resolution 12.
23-12, resolution authorizing payment of specific bills prior to audit pursuant to town law, paragraph 118-2.
Is there a second?
Second.
All right, any discussion? It's the same as last year. All right, all in favor of resolution number 12?
Aye.
Aye. Resolution number 13, Council.
Resolution number 13 of 2023, 23-13, resolution authorizing town supervisor and deputy town supervisor to comply with administrative and financial requirements for the year 2023.
Thank you, sir. Is there a
I'll
second? All right, any discussion? It's also the same as last year. All in favor of resolution number 13, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? No. Number 13 passes. Resolution number 14.
Resolution number 14 of 2023, 23-14. Resolution authorizing town supervisor to sign service agreements within budgetary lines for the year of 2023.
Thank you for offering that. Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? That also is the same as last year. All right, all in favor of resolution 14, say aye. Aye. No one opposed. Resolution 14 passes. Resolution 15. Authorize attendance at Association of Towns Conference to be held in New York City in February. Is there a second?
Second.
All right, any discussion? That's the same as last year as well.
Yeah.
All in favor of resolution 15, please say aye.
Aye.
All right, that motion carries for that resolution.
Okay, resolution number 16 of 2023, 23-16, resolution authorizing the Town Board of Unionville to renew membership in New York State Workers' Compensation Alliance for 2023.
Thank you, sir. Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All right, all in favor of resolution number 16 for 2023, please say aye.
Aye.
Resolution 16 passes. Resolution 17.
Resolution authorizing value payment systems to process credit cards and e-checks.
Thank you, sir. Any second? I'll second. Is there any discussion? This was the same as last year as well.
Yeah.
All right, all in favor of resolution 17?
Aye.
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 All right, I put 17 in here because I just wanted people to be aware of what it is and that the convenience fee doesn't come to the town, it goes to the company. We just want to remind people when they read it. And also the fees are the same as last year. So that's why that was in. Now, resolution number 18. I think we should read this one aloud because this was a new one. All of this could have been in a consent agenda, but this is a new one, resolution 17 of Councilman, where are we? Councilman
18 is.
18, yeah. Could Councilman McGivney, or is it your turn? I don't know whose turn. it is. All right, why don't you read 18 and Councilman McGivney reads 19? Can you go?
All right. Resolution authorizing dental and vision coverage for employees offered by the Guardian Insurance Company. Whereas the town of Unionville offers benefits to employees as mandated by state and federal law. And whereas in addition, the town board of the town of Unionville searches for opportunities to present to employees that may be beneficial for employees, but at no cost to the town. And whereas one example of an excellent benefit that is not mandated by law and is paid for entirely by employee contribution is the New York State Deferred Compensation Plan. Now therefore be it resolved, the town board of the town of Unionville will provide access to the additional voluntary benefits known as dental and vision through the Guardian, which offers tiers of coverage, including employee, employee plus one, and family, for which the premiums for the selected plan will be deducted from the employee's pay. And be it further resolved, the town of Unionville will pay the monthly premiums to the carrier on the employee's behalf at the 2023 cost agreed to by each enrolled employee, and the premiums will be deducted from the employee's pay on a bi-weekly basis. Final paychecks will not be distributed until all premium obligations have been met.
Thank you for offering that. Is there a second for resolution number 18?
I'll second that.
Any discussion about that? Looks like we could get full recovery. All right, all in favor of resolution number 18, please say aye.
Aye.
All right, resolution 18 passes. Now, if we go to our Kevin Derlin, you usually read this one. This is but Councilman McGivney's up next. This is the resolution to set supplemental public hearing. Do you have that one, Kevin, the second one? So with this one, we usually would read down to and up to the notice of public hearing, and that's it. If you don't mind offering resolution to set supplemental public hearing,
Where am I reading down to now?
just to
To
the,
the second page, the first three sentences, and then you're done.
Oh,
just up to the public hearing. Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Where is this now?
It's not this.
It's not here.
Andrea, you should have those, I think. Okay, go ahead, Councilman.
Resolution to set supplemental public hearing, law number 4 of 2022, supplemental public hearing for zoning amendments. Whereas proposed local law number 4 of 2022 entitled a local law of the town of Unionville, Dutchess County, New York to amend Town Code Chapter 192 entitled subdivision of land, Chapter 210 entitled zoning, and Chapter 128 entitled fees, land use related to the TC zone subdivisions, as well as road requirements and related fees, was introduced on November 21st, 2022 by the Town Board, Town of Unionville. Whereas the public hearing was held on December 21st, 2022 in relation to the same proposed local law, whereupon comments were received by the public as well as from Dutchess County Department of Planning and Economical Development. And whereas taking the comments it received into consideration, the town board made clarifications and several insubstantial modifications to the proposed local law number 4 of 2022. And whereas the proposed local law number 4 of 2022, as clarified and modified, is available electronically on the town's website at the link below, and a hard copy at the office of the town clerk between the hours of 9:30 a.m. and 4 p.m. on all business days until the date of the supplemental public hearing set forth below. And now for be it resolved that the town of Unionville, that the town board of the town of Unionville is hereby set the 18th day of January 2023 at 7 p.m. at the Town Hall, 249 Duquesne Road, LaGrangeville, New York, 12540. As for the date, time, and place of the supplemental public hearing to consider local law number 4 and the clarifications and modifications as referred to above. Notice of the supplemental public hearing shall be posted and published in the office, the official newspaper and general circulation of the town of Unionville by the town clerk at least 10 days before such supplemental public hearing, and such notice shall be in the following form.
Which is a repeat of what you just said. Thank you very much, Councilman. Is there a second?
I'll second.
All right, as far as discussion for this, I think that we did, a lot of work. Pat, Nan, and I, and all of you have read this and have gone over it. And I think, and our land use attorney and Megan Clemente, who worked with him. So we've gotten the comments that we felt comfortable with. Now on, and I know I've said this to you guys, but in the comments that we responded to, we haven't responded to the county. They don't need us to respond to them. They just said, hey, we wanted to work hard on it for your benefit because you haven't done anything there in a long time. So, but some of the things that we wrote on the sidebar that Pat and Nan and I had in a conference call, or that Nan did on her own, those are going to be separated. We will take a couple of those up next year as policy changes. Like there was some stuff in there about solar. There's a couple of different things. So we're going to put that on the list as a policy discussion next year. We just need some discussion. The other ones that are just clarifications are going to be in the final. So that sometimes when I went back and read it again, I thought, oh, that's on our list to talk about next year. And then I realized people need to understand some of these are going to be in discussion in like in February. So anyway, and, we don't have the map up yet because you all have this, the listing of all the properties.
Right.
I don't think we put, Andrea, do you mind checking? Did we put the list of properties on there with people? I'm not sure we did that with people's names on them. I don't think we should, maybe.
It may eventually be on parcel access.
Well, they already are, but does it matter if Jeff, do you think it matters if we use that? We don't have a map back from the county yet. So we've been hovering on this spreadsheet of the parcel properties. Does it matter if we post this? As public?
I think that's all public record.
So it's okay. I don't want to embarrass. Okay, so if this isn't on the web, we can put it on the web so people can see it, but the county won't have the map back to us. The one they did before didn't even have road names and stuff on it. So now we're saying this is our final.
Okay.
Everybody can look at it again. Before I haven't emailed it to them yet because they were on vacation. So I can email it to them tomorrow, but I've reviewed this with Pat and he and I are consistent. We agree that it's the same as it was at the beginning. We haven't changed it, but now we want the county to add streets and make it look like a final.
Good.
So if you guys see anything tonight, you text me. We'll change it before we, if we've made a mistake that, we're typing. So
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff to.
there could be a mistake in here.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you see anything, we'll change it tomorrow and then we'll ask them to make a final map and then we'll be able to get a map on there. And one of the women, there were a lot of good comments at that hearing. One of the women said, maybe you could have a final map for the next hearing. So the supplemental one, if the counties will definitely be ready, we can put it up on these screens while we're talking.
Great.
So,
Well, wouldn't it have been, it would have to be adapted first before they would put it on a map, correct? Like,
no, they'll do a map for us if we ask them
Oh,
to.
okay.
Preliminary.
Yeah, they'll put the word draft on it again,
okay,
and then they'll take that off when we
Okay.
approve it. So, but
Makes
at least
sense.
they'll have streets,
Yeah, yeah.
it'll be better.
People can understand it better.
Yeah. So, okay, that's all the discussion about that. If anybody doesn't have any other questions about that resolution, may I have a roll call vote, please?
Councilman Burr.
Aye.
Councilman Jessica.
Aye.
Councilman McGivney.
Aye.
Councilman Welch.
Aye.
Supervisor Mott.
Aye. All right, looks like that last resolution passes. Thank you very much. We'll have a public hearing at 7 on the 18th. Is there any public comment?
I got a comment. You started with an executive session, came out of the executive session. I heard you say that executive session was an interview and ultimately a new person was put on the planning board. I understand.
That's correct, yes.
My question is, how was that opening communicated?
It'll be communicated tomorrow.
Or how was it, how was the opening communicated before it was filmed?
It wasn't. It doesn't have to be. Yeah, it's not like a job.
My point is that there might be other people out there who would be interested.
Well, I don't think there would be anybody out there that would have quite his qualifications, and he's exactly,
I'm not judging the person's qualifications. I don't.
that's why we are judging his qualifications. He's terrific. So we're really pleased to get him. And it's not, if we have a great candidate for a planning board or a zoning board or any of these boards, it's not something that's just open season. It's not like a job. It's really where you seek out, people that have the qualifications that are good.
Back to the public hearing on the same.
Yeah.
I'm thinking back to the public hearing on the same topic, planning board. And there was a number of people in the audience, and a gentleman from Burbank came in and said, wow, if I had known about this, maybe I could have put my name in. So I'm kind of relating back to that conversation.
Well, when we have trouble finding candidates, we go that route. But when we have somebody who's so well qualified that we actually seek out, which is what happened in this case.
That's fine. I mean, I'm not judging the person's qualifications.
But you're mentioning it, so you need to understand, as an appointment, we don't necessarily make them public when we find a candidate. But when we need candidates, like the last time, remember, they had that ad on the website for over a year. So, I mean, I hear what you're saying, but those are the two different scenarios. In this case, we asked him, we approached him, and he said yes, because his qualifications are so strong. Any other comments? Elfrida?
As far as I'm concerned, stuff like this should be available to everybody in the town, even if nobody responds. But people should know if there are openings.
But it's an appointment by the town board, and we are looking for specific qualifications, and we're very fortunate that we bumped into somebody who's fantastic. So it's not required.
Hey,
When-
that would have been more fantastic. Well, not true, but what the hell?
Nothing's stopping anybody from being,
I can't
coming
even
in
hear
at any
you. Shut up.
time.
I don't have my headset on.
Well, yeah, nothing's ever stopping anybody to add to what Kevin said. No, people, if they're interested in something, most of the people that we have found have come in and said, hey, I'm interested in X, Y, and Z. If something comes up, will you let me know? And we put that name in a folder. A lot of people approach us, and that's how we got Mike McPartland. Remember? That's how we got Kathy Wellman. Remember? So a lot of people come in and say, I'm interested, and we save their names when an opening occurs. The last time we had a planning board opening, we had it advertised for well over a year. Remember, we had so much trouble with it. And it was finally Lolita who called Anita. And then Anita called me. And if Lolita hadn't heard and hadn't been, she wasn't interested in it personally and thought of Anita, we wouldn't have gotten her. So, and we're still going to, once we massage that language, we're still going to end up having to change that.
Again, that was word of mouth.
No,
We
it's
haven't really,
posted.
you know what, it's an appointment by the town board. This is a great candidate.
We need better news from the town board to the people. Maybe it's a waste of time.
We have emailed out, like in the last time we emailed out on Unionville Mail, it was posted on the website. We just had nothing.
But this time you didn't.
This time.
No, this time-
We already had the candidate.
That was my question.
We recruited somebody,
My question.
and that's a perfectly fine process. So if anybody feels slighted, they'll let us know and we'll put them on the list for next time.
Recruitment to have more people at meetings. Seriously.
Okay,
I'm ready to go underground. John's gonna bury me next, so you need more curmudgeons here. Don't
Well, I
you?
think the Zoom is helping.
Huh?
We had 25 people on Zoom for that public hearing.
I think our last meeting, we had like 40 people in the room.
Well, Andrea said 50.
50.
61.
Yeah, so people are.
Wow. So the public hearing got a lot of people, and there'll be signs posted again and letters going out to the property owners along there. So, I mean, they come for things that are important to them. And we notice that they do watch YouTube because we'll get calls a couple of days later asking questions. So we know people their schedules don't always jive with ours, but they are watching. At least we think some of them are, but it's not the most exciting show in town. We know that. So,
Let's spice it up.
all right, you help us. On the table here, let's read it. She got a nice haircut though. Looks good. All right, if there aren't any other public comments, our next scheduled meeting is January the 18th at 7 PM. The meeting will be right after, but
Right.
public hearing is at 7. And I'd like to entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, thank you, gentlemen. That was very efficient.